Hey YouTube, it's your girlie Shower, and I'm back again with another video. I know it's been a minute since I've actually filmed and chatted with you all, so I decided to catch up with you guys today. Right now I am at the park enjoying this nice, lovely weather. I live in Louisiana, so of course it's not cold yet still. It's hot. You never know what you're really gonna get. So, with that being said, let's catch up on a few things. So today is November 20th, and it was picture day at school, so that's why I'm dolled up right now. The first topic we're gonna get into is gonna be life lately. So basically, I'm just gonna be catching up with you guys, letting y'all know what's been going on in my life during this year. So, where have I been? Well, let's get into it. A lot of things has changed for me within this past year. I'm finishing up esthetician school. I clocked my 750 hours, period. I finished the program in August of this year. I took my practical about 2 weeks ago and I passed it. So now I'm just waiting to take my theory portion of my test so I can get my license in aesthetics. And if y'all all know, I still work with children full time. That was my job during school. So like if you all know, in beauty school, you either have to take morning classes or night classes. And I took night classes. So my job was during the day. That was literally hard for me because, you know, I have to wake up around 6 o'clock to get myself together for work. I have to be at work for 8 o'clock. And then from 8 to 4 o'clock, I'm working. I get one lunch break, and then I get an hour break to go home and get myself prepared for school. But you all know that hour goes by quick because during that 1 hour of me getting off, I'm traveling home, and then I'm getting myself dressed for school, and then I'm going to school. So school was literally from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. Monday through Thursday. So that was a challenge. I had God on my side along the way. I prayed for him to get me through it. Philippians 4:13 states, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And trust me, when I say God was doing his thing, he was doing his thing, because without him, baby, it was times where I was thinking about just forgetting it, like just not finishing, not going through with it. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, you know, life too short for me to not accomplish what I really want to accomplish. So childcare makes me happy, yes it does, but I also had a passion for aesthetics as well, because I would wax myself, I would wax, you know, my friends, my family, and I was like, why not get licensed and make money from this, you know? And in this economy, things are going up, so it was time for me to pick up another career. Balancing life and work, I pretty much touched on that. It was hard, like I said, because I had school Monday through Thursday, so I was always tired on the weekends. That was like the only time I had to really get myself together and relax and socialize with friends. The second question we have is my mental health, emotional health, and personal growth. I've really been focusing on myself mentally and emotionally by going to church, keeping in touch with my family, making sure I have a strong support system, because if you're in school and you're working, you're gonna need it. And some people may say, oh, well, you don't have kids, what are you tired from? Well, I work with them. It's the same thing. They not with their parents most of the time during the week, they with me. So, you know, like, having a strong support system is really important. I don't drink or smoke now that I turned my life to Christ. I may drink wine every now and then, but you know, your boy Jesus drank some wine. So, I mean, I really just been walking in the park, sitting at the park, talking to friends, doing like positive stuff that'll keep you like energized and, you know, okay. So that's how I deal with my mental and emotional health. I hope that could help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to die smoking all them Joes or drinking all that liquor. Like, you don't want your kidney failing too soon. So put it down. Just put it down. This is a good one. Friendships. In school, I actually became really close with the girls who I finished my program with. I would say we talk on a daily because, you know, we have common interests. Outside of that, since I stopped drinking, I noticed that some of my friends who may drink don't invite me out no more or whatever. But that just goes to show, like, there was never really a friend because, baby, if we got a drink and you just can't come to the house and chill, what are we talking about? Like, are you really my friend or do you just need somebody to drink with you, you know? So I lost a lot of friendships because of that, I guess. But I don't care. It's me and God at the end of the day. As I step into this new chapter of my life, I'm really just trying to build stability, and I want to stay focused, and I want to grow into my career as an esthete. I'm not sure if I want to go in a salon just yet, or if I want to go solo and trust God, or if I want to do it from home or open up my own suite and rent. I don't know which avenue I'm going to go with, but just stay tuned because I will be. Okay. I will be vlogging and I will be posting it. So, this is my return to YouTube because I really enjoyed doing it. It's just that my life was so occupied, so I really didn't have the time to do it. I could have made time, but most of the time I was burnt out or thinking about my next move with life in general. Or I would just be like, you know, just tired. Because, like, honestly, being in school, working a full-time job, mind you, I was a full-time worker, not no part-time worker. It's hard. You just need to have that support system. Now, my support system told me drop my content too. Best believe they got on me about that. But did I listen? Not really. I made some content, but I have so much content in my phone that I just have not uploaded. Okay, so let's talk about esthetician school because I know y'all have questions about that. So why did I choose aesthetics and what inspired me? So I chose aesthetics because, like I said, I always had a strong passion for beauty, anything beauty. Surprisingly, I didn't go to cosmetology school, but I found more love for aesthetics. At one point, I was doing hair, and then when I was in high school, I sold lip gloss, and that was a really good thing for me. I'm also rebranding the entire line, so y'all stay tuned for that at Shades Esthetics. Y'all can follow me and stay updated on things to come. But yeah, I sold lip gloss in high school. I made it from scratch, and it was a very good product, so I was like, why not sell it? I even took a risk with being an entrepreneur and doing that because there were times when teachers told me, like, you can't sell this here. I was like, okay, well, how can I get my product out? Because, you know, like, people need it and people want it. So I took it upon myself to launch my website. I delivered lip glosses when people needed them. With that being said, you got to do what you got to do if you're an entrepreneur. You always got to think about your next move and how you're going to, you know, promote yourself, market yourself, and sell yourself. Like, not your literal self, but like your brand. How are you going to sell your brand? And that's all I did. Can't sell it at school? Okay. Y'all meet me at the library down the street and I got you. But that was like in 2017. But I'm rebranding everything. So like I said, I'm going to be doing facials, waxing, lash lip and tint, etc. along with selling those lip gloss products y'all be wanting. How beauty and skincare became your path. I pretty much just touched up on that. But also, guys, it was one day I was wearing lip gloss. In high school, you will never catch me without wearing lip gloss. I was wearing lip gloss, and one of my classmates was like, oh my gosh, your lip gloss is so shimmery and shiny. Like, where can I get that? And I was like, I actually made it myself. And she was like, really? And then I was like, yeah, girl. And she was like, you should think about selling it because I want some. And like, I really want to try it. So everybody knew me as the lip gloss girl in school. And I made it. I sold it. And she was the reason that I became an entrepreneur and the reason why I pursued beauty. So with aesthetics under my belt, I just don't have to do facials, waxing, and stuff like that. I could become an SD instructor. I could become a cosmetic chemist. I could work for state board. There's so many avenues you can take with this career. I'm just gonna listen to God and see what he think is best for me. I'm a very hands-on person and I love learning new things, so I feel like he's just gonna direct me down that avenue. But he knows. And what motivated me to finish? What motivated me to finish is myself, because I was supposed to actually go back to college and they purged my classes last minute, and I was like, man, like, I'm not about to sit out of school again. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm not staying out of school again. I'm about to enroll in aesthetics school and just see how it goes. And that's exactly what I did, because originally my plan was finish traditional college and then do aesthetics and then open my beauty salon or whatever. But God says otherwise. And I see why he do certain things. Like, he really work in mysterious ways. What I enjoyed most about Esty school was learning new things. Like I said, I'm always open to learning new things. Some things I taught myself, but I like the additional knowledge that I got from my instructors. So what I enjoyed the most about Esty school was learning about facials, because people just think you're just washing somebody's face. It's not that. You're actually a skin scientist when you're treating someone's skin. You're not washing their face. You're cleansing it. You're exfoliating it, moisturizing it, making sure it's healthy, making sure the pH balance is where it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just washing people's face. When we are treating your skin, performing different techniques and massages, that is called a facial, baby. And we're using cleanser, exfoliant, moisturizer, SPF, mask, serums. You also could get chemical peels. So no, it's not just washing your face. Whoever said that needs to get slapped. I was really interested in waxing at first, but once I learned facials, I was like, oh yeah, this is tea. Like, this is what I need to do. And then lash lift and tint, brow tinting. It's really cool and I like it. Like, I love beauty and I like how aesthetics is not just about makeup. You could take different avenues. You could be a waxologist, you could be a makeup artist, you could be a all-time around type of girly doing all the services. You do not have to limit yourself to one thing, and that's what I like about aesthetics. Another thing, I like when I wax my clients and treat my clients' skin with facials, and then at the end they be like, oh my God, I'm coming back to you. You waxed me so fast and it didn't hurt. Or like, my skin glowing. Like, we like to hear that. As estheticians, we love to hear that, because that means we're doing our job right, and if we make you happy, we happy. What I wish I knew before starting, let me sip my water for this one. I wish I knew a whole lot of stuff. Okay? I didn't know that I was gonna have to deal with an unorganized staff. I didn't know that my ceremony was gonna be pushed back at the last minute because my teacher decided to take a trip. I didn't know that I couldn't make up my hours because I didn't come to an event. Like, they try to pull all these crooked scammer games in SD school. Y'all gotta watch out. Another thing, like the drama. I was never in drama, thank God, and me and the group that I started and finished with never had any problems, but I can't say that about other people. Other people be, oh, girl. other people be getting into it. They be about to fight. Girl, it's a lot. And then you got to think about it. You working with different women, different personalities. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be mindful of the drama you're going to have to put up with. Like, yeah. It's more hands-on than you think. We had to complete a lot of services before we finished the program. We had to do about 30 facials, about 10 back facials, etc., etc. It's a lot you're going to have to get done before you complete the program. You also will get very tired standing on your feet all day, servicing clients, but at the end of the day, you're doing what you love, so it shouldn't really affect you, but that's something I wish I knew. There's a lot of theory and infection control. Your theory teacher will drill your state board tests in your head weekly. I promise you that. They will ensure that you know that state board test, and they will ensure that you know everything about infection control. And then your product knowledge is important. Knowing your brightening agents like vitamin C, turmeric, or niacinamide. You have to know how to treat different types of skin conditions, because you're not just going to be treating normal skin all the time. You could have someone with dry skin, combination skin. You have to be mindful of those things, and you don't need to be perfect. When I was learning this one massage, it's like on the décolleté, I really didn't know how to do it. I was getting frustrated and all, because I'm like, man, look, can I just do the facial without this? But no, you need to learn it, because learning different massages will bring your clients back. That's one prime example of you don't need to be perfect. I'm hard on myself. I've always been that way. But breathe. You don't have to be hard on yourself, because it's all a learning process. Everybody is learning. You're not the only one learning, so don't beat yourself up. You're going to get it with practice and time. My challenges were time management, confidence within certain services, balancing school and work, and practicals and test anxiety. So I pretty much touched up on time management, confidence with certain services, like I was just telling y'all with that massage. It took me a while to get it. Balancing school and work, I touched up on that. But practicals and test anxiety, I could call my mother right now and ask her how I was the night before my practical and how I was the morning of my practical. So that's another story for another day. Well, I'm gonna touch up on it right now, because I don't know when I'm gonna film another video. So basically, the night before my exam, y'all, I was making sure I had everything. I went home for the weekend because my test was scheduled in Baton Rouge, and my mom's house was closer to the state board place. So I was like, I'm just gonna go home for the weekend. I'm gonna go home for the weekend and have my mama bring us to the place, because my mom was my model. So, girl, I was up the whole night freaking out. And tell me why I left my kit with all my facial products at my house. And I had to go pick up my boyfriend from work, bring us to the house, grab the bag. Then once I grabbed the bag, I had to go back by my mom's house. And then I started packing up my stuff. Girl, I could not find my ID. I couldn't find my ID. I had to tell my boyfriend, don't leave yet, because I got to make sure I have everything before you pull off. So he's sitting on the call for like 20 minutes until I found my ID. So I found my ID. Girl, then I started packing my stuff. Then I'm like, oh my God, these portion cups I have, because we had to put our products in portion cups. The portion cups I had, girl, the pink Sharpie that I had, the writing wouldn't appear on the cup. So I'm like, bro, this is not the time for this. Like, I don't feel like going to the store. And mind you, like, I was packing from 10 o'clock till 4 in the morning. So I'm like, I do not feel like going to no store to buy a Sharpie. Like, no way. So I had magically found some portion cups that allows me to write on it with the writing popping up. So I was good. So I was doing that. I was putting the products in the portrait cups. I was making sure I had everything. I checked the stuff like 10 times before I went to sleep. I was in and out my mama's room getting products. Girl, I had the esthiitis, is what I call it. Nervousness before your exam. I was up from 10 to 4 and my test was scheduled for 8. So let me tell y'all about that. I woke up on time, got out the house on time, but there was 2, not 1, 2 accidents on my way to the exam place. Do y'all not know how bad my nerves got?
On top of my secret, I'm keeping away from y'all right now.
Do y'all know how bad that was for me? So I'm in the car with my mom and I'm studying all these questions because I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I don't know what the proctors are gonna ask me, and I'm just panicking. So I'm in study mode. I'm not even thinking. But girl, tell me why we getting closer to the place. All of a sudden my stomach hurting real bad. I got the number 2. And there was nowhere for me to pull over. Me and my mother not familiar with BR like that. So I had to hold it. But I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's gonna go out. I started crying. I started freaking out. So my mom was like, calm down. It's all right. You want me to call your daddy? You want me to call Jeremiah? Jeremiah is my fiance. I was like, call daddy, call daddy. So she called my daddy. My daddy was like, big baby, stop being nervous. You got this. You studied hard for this. You're gonna pass. Da, 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 da. And I was like,
Okay.
like, I am a crybaby still, and I'm 23, and he still treat me like a baby, but I love it. And I feel like that's why I'm so spoiled, because my parents spoiled me. But anywho, girl, so that happened, right? So we get to the place, and we're not even at the right building, and there's this man who opened the door, and he was like,
what are you here for?
I said, I'm here to take my esthetician exam. He said, you're 30 minutes late, and that building is next door, so you're at the wrong building. So I started crying.
Again, I'm like, Mom, I don't want to go in. It's embarrassing. Like, they gonna turn me around because I'm late.
So my mom pushed me in that building. She said, girl, get your ass in there. And I said, oh, sure. So I get in there, right? Mind you, I have this mindset of these people are stuck up, they rude, and all that, based off of what other people told me. But girl, when I got in there, that lady was so sweet. She said, you're good long as you're here before 9. Just go set your things up. Go talk to Miss such and such. Get your paperwork. And you'll be good to go. So I started setting my stuff up. Mind you, my hand's shaking like as I'm setting my stuff up. Because, I'm late. But she was like, you got until 9 o'clock, so you good. So I had from 8:30 to 9 o'clock to set up. So as I'm doing my stuff, mind you, why I thought I had everything in my bucket. Then when it got to lash lift and tint, my ride went missing. I'm like, God, make a way. That's what I said in my head. So girl, I literally had found one in my plastic bag and I took it out and I started doing my services. So as I'm doing my services, mind you, these people, they want dummy down answers, yes, but they also want to know if you know what you're talking about. So as I'm giving them my responses, I'm giving them detailed responses. And then once it was all over, said and done, the same lady that spoke to me when I was late, she tapped my shoulder because she was one of my judges. And she said, I gave you a 20. You did excellent. You passed.
Thank you, Lord. Girl.
Best believe I was at the church house that same week, praising. Because who ain't good? Who God ain't good? My God is good all the time. And all the time, he is good. Better get to know him. Advice for future students. I would say practice on as many models as possible. Stay on top of your theory work. Don't compare your progress. Ask your instructors questions. And keep a portfolio of your work ready. What's next for my career? I want to specialize in facials, waxing, and also brow lamination. And I also want to continue waxing. At the moment, I'm not practicing any services. I feel like I am confident in my work. So I just want to keep learning about my technique and seeing room for improvement. Plans to work in a spa or on my own? I don't know. Y'all stay tuned. Combining aesthetics with childcare? To be determined, because I honestly don't know how this path is going to go. But I know the man above knows. So we just going to go with his plan, okay? Because I don't have a plan. I'm just going with the flow and what he's telling me to do. So, thank y'all for catching up with me. If you're new to my channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with a new Esty bestie that may be new to Esty school. If you guys learned anything from this video, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos like these. Bye.